Guys, welcome back. This is it. This is the big one, the match preview against Manchester United. And yeah, I'm excited for this one. To be honest, I wasn't excited for this game, and this game would have never been considered big a few weeks ago. But the only reason why, I'm feeling a bit excited and considering it even as a big game is because of the Manchester United fans that have been chirping up on the internet, on social media, and suddenly how they rate their players and how suddenly their players, five, six of their players, get into a combined 11. I mean, honestly, it's only because of recent in the last few days, last 48 hours, really this game I've been excited for because we honestly just need to silence Man United. For Arsenal, it's very simple. Once again, another must-win game. Every single game is a must-win, but this game is 100% must-win because Manchester City are probably going to win the game against Wolves. But yeah, it's been four back-to-back, four, sorry, not back-to-back, 4 games in a row playing away, and it's the first game back at the Emirates Stadium. It's a chance to make a statement, especially considering we've drawn our last 2 Premier League games back to back against Liverpool and Nottingham Forest. So we need to get a win, and we're going up against a tough Manchester United side who've just beaten Manchester City. So this will be a very difficult game, regardless of where Manchester United sit at the table and regardless of how they've been this season. This will be a difficult game for me. Arsenal need to win no matter what. However it is, whether it's a corner, whether it flicks off Saliba's hand, however it is, we just need to win this game, okay? And win and just move on. For Man United, to be honest, there's really nothing much in this game. Whether they win, whether they lose, it makes no difference to the season. I think for them, it's just trying to basically just maybe send a message, see where they stand. But for Arsenal, this should be a team. Arsenal should be good enough, well, definitely are good enough to go and beat this Manchester United team comfortably and dispatch them. But I think for Arsenal, the number one thing about this game, which kind of worries me, is how are Arsenal going to start this game? Arsenal need to start this game good because for me, Arsenal cannot concede first, because if we concede first, this is going to be a very difficult game. We have to score first, because if Arsenal score first, it will then mean Manchester United now need to come out forward, play football, and it will give Arsenal opportunities to catch them out. But we do not want to concede first, because Manchester United are going to come and defend. We kind of know the game plan. They're going to sit back and hit us on the counter. So we don't want to give Manchester United any confidence by letting them score first. We don't want to give them another reason to defend even deeper by giving away a goal so early. So we need to score first. It's hard to gauge how good Manchester United are this season because they're now with the interim manager and they've been on and off this season. But one thing about Manchester United, they definitely have players that can hurt Arsenal. They got Bromo, Dogu's picked up some form. They got Bruno Fernandes. They got Amad Diallo. So they definitely have players on the pitch that can hurt us. Don't even forget they still got Sesko on the bench. So the Manchester United do have players that can hurt Arsenal, and they have shown they can play on the counter like they did against Manchester City. Probably their best performance this season, and that's why it's important. Arsenal need to score first, because if Arsenal don't, this can turn into a very, very ugly game. We have a good record against Manchester United. Let me see if I can actually find their head-to-head. But yeah, to be honest, I mean, look at this record. So yes, last season we lost to Manchester United in the FA Cup on penalties. But apart from that, we have a really good record against Manchester United, especially at the Emirates Stadium. I don't know. I don't remember the last time they beat us within 90 minutes at the Emirates Stadium. And plus, throughout the season, we have not lost at the Emirates Stadium. So yeah, I mean that gives us some confidence. We did beat them at the start of the season, but let's be honest, that game was very rusty. Calafiori scored a corner, and we allowed it. To be honest, I didn't care too much about it because it was the first game back. I think players were just, they were just shaking off the rust. But I hope Arsenal look back at that performance in our first game of the season and look at where they can improve. But it's going to be interesting how we start this game in terms of lineup. A lot of players are back fit. For me, simple as go full strength, no rotation. It's gonna be interesting who starts at left back. There is reports today. Arteta has mentioned that apparently Calafiori and Nketiah are back in training. So whether they start, it's gonna be a different story. Maybe we do have. You have seen some players being considered injured and suddenly they're starting. William Saliba is a great example. So who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if Calafiori is starting this game. But for me, this is the number one thing. I will not start Jurrien Timber at left back. I am starting him I will play him at right back. I'm not a fan of putting Jurrien Timber at left back, shoving him into an unnatural position. The only way I would agree with that is if we have no left backs, but we have one in Lewis Skelly. So for me, I would start Lewis Skelly. I think it just gives us a more balanced team throughout, and I think the rest of the team does pick itself. However, I will make one change, and that is Martin Odegaard. For me, I will not start Martin Odegaard in this game. For me, I am starting Eze this game. I think a lot of people may be surprised by that. Some of you guys might not. But I'm starting Eze ahead of Odegaard for this game. I just think when we play with Eze, he just adds something different when we play. I think he's a bit more direct than Martin Odegaard. And also he just gives us the unpredictability part of our game. Like also a bit sometimes too predictable. And when you have someone like Eze, he's just so unpredictable. He can pass, he can shoot, he can do both things. So that's why for me, I am starting Eze. And let's not forget, this season, some of our best performances against the best teams came whilst Eze was playing. Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, Newcastle, all these games, Tottenham, all these games, Eze was in midfield. So I hope he starts. Maybe him getting subbed so early against Inter Milan, maybe a nod to him starting this game. I think that's probably just delusion at that point. I think I'm just lying to myself. I doubt where he's going to start, but I think Odegaard will probably start this game. But for me, I will start Eze. But yeah, for me, like I said, we have to win this game at all costs, okay? I would love to silence Manchester United fans the way, they've just been chirping up. You think they're in a title race. All it took was one win against Manchester City, and suddenly they have the best owners. It's Glazers in. They have the best players. I mean, literally, some of them are so reactionary. You talk about Arsenal fans being reactionary. Manchester United fans, some of them, not all of them, are just beyond delusional. It's crazy. So yeah, I would just love Arsenal to go there and just silence them. But look, it's going to be a tough game. We need to start fast, okay? That's the number one thing. Arsenal need to make a good start. We've been starting so slowly in our recent games. Liverpool is the exception. Actually, we started well against Liverpool. But at Nottingham Forest, we started quite slow. We just need to put on them, especially at the Emirates Stadium. The fans are going to be up for it. But yeah, we just cannot give Manchester United any confidence. So no silly mistakes. Just put it on them. Because we never put, despite how good we've been in the last few years, and despite how poor Manchester United have been in the last few years, we never put Man United on the sword. We always let them off the hook. So hopefully this is a time where we put it on them and we make them, like, we show there are levels and we are much better than them. So yeah, let's hopefully we do that. And I did mention Manchester City will be playing Wolves, and they will definitely be winning that game. So yeah, that gives it even more important to go win the game. But yeah, let's hope Arteta doesn't get the lineup wrong. Let's hope no rotations. Okay, I want to see the best starting 11. Okay, we need players to perform. Okay, if Odegaard does play, we need Odegaard to perform. He's not been performing in the last few games. We need Gyökeres to carry on the form he's on. Trossard needs to get another goal or assist. Saka needs to score or to get something. But we need our top players to perform. Okay, against Nottingham Forest, there was a lot of players that didn't perform, but it's a chance to fix that, especially at the back at the Emirates Stadium. 5 days rest, so hopefully we do see a better performance. David Raya, please, no silly mistakes, okay? No running out of goal, no giving fans any stress, please, okay? But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Are you guys feeling nervous? Are you feeling excited? Do you think I'm being too cautious against Manchester United? Do you not? Maybe you're a fan that doesn't even fear Manchester United. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what your lineup would be against Manchester United. Let me know what your score predictions would be. Hopefully we win this game, because trust me, one loss, and if we drop points, that's 3 games dropping points. And Manchester United, if Manchester City win the game, that's it. The title race is back on. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.